published numbers. So this was all very interesting to me. So I became involved in this area of phone phreaking. And then because I'm a prankster, I took this area of phone phreaking and I applied it to pulling pranks on friends. So one of the first things I did was I accessed a telephone company switch in Pasadena, California, and I was friends with another guy that was also into phone phreaking, and I changed the class of service on his home telephone to that of a payphone. So whenever he or his parents would try to make a call, it'd say, please deposit a quarter. That was fun. But what's even more interesting is intercepting directory assistance. There was a special way of calling a toll-free number, and then with the A, B, and C, D tones, you could actually set up intercepts on directory assistance around the United States. And they really fixed this flaw after we had fun with them for about a weekend. Especially Providence, Rhode Island, people would call in, and we get to play directory assistance operator. And you could imagine 17 and 18 years old, the fun you could have, right? So people would call in, I'd say, what city? They'd say Providence, Rhode Island. I'd say, name please. They'd give me the name. And I'd say, hold on, I'm looking that up for you, sir. And I'd say, oh, by the way, we're doing a survey. Do you mind spending about 15 to 20 seconds to complete our survey today? He goes, sure. And I'd say, okay, one of our first questions, are you at home or in the office? I'm at home. Do you have our current yellow pages and white pages at home? Yes, I do. Then why are you calling me? Another call, someone, what city? Providence, Rhode Island. May I have the name, ma'am? Sure, it's Joan Smith. Okay, one moment, please. That number is 555-212-37. What? 555-212-37. And they'd go, how do I dial a half? And I said, you know, between the 1 and 0s, you're dialing the phone, you just kind of give it a little bit of a nudge, or you can go down to our phone center stores, they existed at the time, and you can buy one of our new phones that has halves on it. Unfortunately, that fun only lasted for the weekend. Because we did a little bit more immature pranks, but I'm not going to go into that over here in this conference because I'm being recorded. And by the way, anything I talk about today, just my disclaimer, everything happened over 5 years ago, so it's past the federal statute of limitations. All right, so just so we know. Okay, perfect. But when I was in amateur radio, I also was a prankster, and my target was my favorite, not my favorite, but the most well-known fast food restaurant in the industry, McDonald's. Have any of you played with McDonald's with radio in the audience? And you know what fun you could have, right? So when a customer drives up to the drive-in window and places an order, I, with my friends, parked across the street, could take over the system. So now the customer's not speaking to the guy inside with the headset, he's speaking to me. So you can imagine, right? Customer drives up, yes, may I take your order, please? Yada, yada, yada. And say, well, congratulations, you're our 50th customer today. Drive forward, your order's for free. And then I had a friend that did a really good Indian accent, right? So what happened is the customer would place the order, and it kept getting repeated back incorrectly, right? For about 10 or 15 times, so the person loses patience. And then, of course, there was menu changes at McDonald's, where no longer were there hamburgers, French fries, and sodas. It was all burritos, tacos, and hot dogs. So after messing with this one McDonald's, this was in Hollywood, California, they put a sign on the drive-up window that it's closed, because they kept getting messed with. So the manager of this McDonald's comes out right after we were playing with him for a while. He comes out and he's looking in the parking lot and he's looking for the culprit. Who's messing with their system? And he's looking around and he has no idea. Again, we're sitting across the street of a big boulevard. It's like right over here on Broadway. And we're watching, we're laughing in the car. And so this guy starts looking around, he sees nothing. He goes up to the drive-up speaker and he's examining it and he's looking at it like, he's like it's possessed. And he's like looking around.